Maybe they'll come over the top.
There he is. There he is. On the other hill.
You see another one?
It's like that.
He's down below, or is he coming up? Is he the same bull that we just saw?
Yeah.
He's even bigger. Huge, dude. God dang. It's too steep. I think let's just keep going this way and just pray that they go over the top. If not, maybe we can see where they bed. It's okay if they do. This one. Yeah, they're on the main road. There's two satellite poles on the main road.
They're on the main road.
Right down here. They're sparring. Let's sneak around right here so I can look at him. He's coming. So I like the one without cows. That one right there by your foot. I think it's a few days old.
Probably.
Hard to tell out here. We don't get any kind of dew.
It
Probably
is.
when he was over there rubbing on the tree. Okay, never mind then. All ready to go. You need this or what?
No, I'm good, man.
Yeah, hang your.
I'm clean.
You gonna hide your shit somewhere?
I'll put it over here. This is our move, our big move. So, we made a big move, put our teepee up. We're tucked back here and somewhere. and we're gonna go try to make some phone calls because we haven't made any phone calls in what, 2 or 3 days?
2 days now.
2 days, yeah. So no cell service in this area, so we're gonna try to go get some of that taken care of. Make, you know, touch base and see if the families are all doing good and everything's in tip-top shape. So we're gonna go take care of stuff. Ready? Same noise.
We need them to be like fired up in a herd, like, because it's too freaking hard.
Yeah.
You don't know where they're at. You don't know whether to run or sneak or what.
Evenings are moving slow to get down here.
The evenings have sucked. Yeah. Really, compared to the mornings.
Yeah.
Awesome. That would really help our cause. Mine says it takes 8 ounces of water, so I don't know whatever you're gonna eat. I'll put the 16 in there. You want me to just put 8?
Just put what you need, because I gotta figure out. I'm gonna have I think I'm gonna make up some mashed potatoes and gravy.
The water's boiling away.
Alright, stick it in there.
So
Clean it.
stick it in the boiling water to disinfect, kill all the bacteria before we put it in the meal.
I was just gonna say, tonight we're not packing out. We didn't see. We heard 1 or 2 bugles, but
They were real soft.
real soft.
The wind laid right at dark. Hoping in the morning we'll hit a rut fest like we kind of did this morning.
Yeah. Rut fest.
That's the way elk hunting goes. You just have to keep plugging away at it. Try to get the right place at the right time. Shot opportunities are pretty limited, so you need to capitalize on them when you can.
Yeah. Take what you can.
Alright.
The other thing is, don't give up. Most people give up. It's like they start getting discouraged. You know, like when I first started, it's like getting discouraged and all that good stuff. It's easy to do.
Yeah, you gotta wake up every morning and jump up, and every day's a new day.
What time is it?
Well, right now it's time to go to bed, but early in the morning, it's time to jump up and say it's bull killing time. That's what these little bushes kind of remind me of. Solid. They're gonna pass right by and we'll be chasing them. Hopefully they'll be making noise.
Lots of traffic here.
Lots of trails. Okay, I don't remember what day this is. It's like day 15 or 16, I guess, right? Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
We parked the Polaris. We went up the road, headed to the spot that we'd been kind of cutting these elk off early in the morning. And before daylight, before we even got to the spot, we got up on some elk. We could hear them, low moans and groans, and I think there was even a couple of cow mews. So we stopped and waited for daylight, hoping we could get a shot. And right about daylight, the sounds kind of disappeared. I don't know if they moved off or if they smelled us. So we headed back up the hill to our original spot. Before we got there, we heard some cow sounds up the hill that I think turned out to be a hunter, but we kind of headed toward that. And while that was happening, then we heard a big bugle. Ran back down toward the big bugle, and I think that bull had 3 cows, 2 or 3 cows. I got out there, and there was a big open expanse of about 300 yards between me and him, sagebrush and a creek. And he pinned me down. He came out and looked when Chris bugled. So I had to wait for him to disappear before I could get down there through the sagebrush and the creek. I pop up on the other side. By the time I got out there, they had already moved down. I heard one more bugle, but we couldn't catch up. So. Okay, so it's September 11th. I'm back out of here again. Second day in a row. Before daylight, walking in, we hear a herd out around us, making real small sounds, real quiet. It's like they're already fed up and are going to bed before it gets light. It's cold. It's 40 to 45 degrees. It ought to be, it's a beautiful morning, but they're being so quiet, which is surprising. There should be some cows in heat right now.
We hear the bulls and the cows early, before light. And then they try to make a play, and then they're quiet. Then the wind. It's been, desert hunting elk is pretty difficult.
No joke.
Can be a challenge, especially if there's no water anywhere except on private land. So anyway, today is resupply day. We're gonna go to our main camp and then resupply, make some calls to our loved ones, and then we're back at it. We'll just keep pounding away till we get the bull down, big bull. So anyway, stay tuned. Riding back to Spike Camp. Did a morning hike, didn't see anything. Now we're gonna go where we know there's some shooter bulls and try to figure things out there.
Got showers, washed clothes, resupplied, refreshed. Ready for the last 5 days.
Last 5 days. Here we go. Oh, they're glassing up. I have to hide behind the tree to get some shade. So what's the topic? We're back at our spike camp.
Oh, we want to talk about the dehydrated meals, whether it's Mountain House or Peak Refuel. I mean, some of these are delicious. Most of the Peak Refuel are really delicious. But I don't know what it is. After you've eaten these for several days, you get some explosive gas. And
some people get it worse than others.
Like a lack of fiber starts to creep up on you. Don't know what else to do. Take a lot of baby wipes.
I don't know what it would be. Let's say the sodium level.
But it's consistent. Every time we go on a hunt and we eat these things, like I say, Mountain House or Peak Refuel, after a few days, it's...
Just avoid, like, I always try to get John to avoid chili mac.
Oh, the chili mac's good, man.
I know it's good, but no cameraman wants to follow you.
Well, but that's everybody. I mean, you're right there with me.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, Peak Refuel's good. We've been doing it for a few years. We started out with Mountain House. You did Heather's Choice.
Yeah, there's some good options out there.
There were some other ones. Yeah.
The Peak Refuel, I think, is my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
all right, it's time to eat.
We'll see. Anyway, so we did see a bull today. This evening, we came back to our spike camp. We ended up going up on the hill to Glass.
Yeah, we set up on a glassing hill, and this bull, probably an hour and a half before dark, bugles out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And kind of wanders down the hill and ends up right below us. There's a little seep down there, and I guess he went down there and wallowed. And he farted around down there for about an hour. Bugled a little bit, rubbed on a tree. You got some good video of him.
Made some funny noises. I didn't get he sounded like a horse whinny, but
yeah,
I didn't get that on video. And he did do some cow calls.
Yep.
He's trying to find the herd. So the rut should be cooking it right now, soon, I hope.
Yeah, it's just this full moon is killing us.
Yeah, full moon and the heat.
Well, it finally cooled off a little bit, but the full moon's horrible.
Yeah. Anyway, we're back at it tomorrow. We'll see how it goes, and we got, what, 4 more days?
4 more days.
Yeah.
That same thing. You didn't hear it? Yeah. Almost thought I heard a cow call back this way. What?
Well, what? The devil went down to Georgia. I was looking for
You sing it.
I wanted to record it. I can't sing.
I can't either.
I'm a bass player.
I don't either.
We were on one bull this morning, right off the bat.
We're on 2 young bulls coming up the hill in the dark. So we circled back around, kind of went back for them with the hopes that maybe they were involved with a herd,
Yeah.
Real small little bugles, like they were headed up to bed. So by the time we got messing around with them, it was starting to get daylight, or it was already was daylight. So
Yeah.
we turned around, went back to our spot that we were originally headed to, the glassing spot. And as soon as we pulled up there and went over the ridge, there was an older sign of bugle down below us, down in the creek. So I bailed off and went chasing him while Chris stayed up on the hill and bugled to get him to sound off. And he made a few noises, you know, low bugles. But they were already going to bed, and they outdistanced me before I could get on them.
Yep.
Hunting's tough.
Hunting in general is tough.
Yeah.
The weather's kind of changing for us, though. At least we're getting some rain coming in.
Yeah, one thing we're finding out is this unit has some really big bulls, got some good age structure, but the hunting is not any easier than any other unit I've ever been to.
Right.
And then the full moon is not making it very, very conducive to elk hunting.
Man.
It's starting to rain now.
It is. Yay.
Maybe the weather change will help things.
Just a little wet. Just a little wet. We made it back. Mud covered boots and everything. Cold and wet. So got to go try to get warmed up and eat a hot meal and hit it again in the morning. Here we go. Was that elk 20, man 0?
Something like that. Well, we had a complete pass through this morning. We got here at daylight and the bull was already ahead of us. The one we call like a groaner or grunter or whatever. I got in there behind him and followed him 1.5 miles up to his bed. And he passed all the way through this country without me even seeing him. But the good news is that I think I got him put to bed. We're gonna move up this afternoon and try way up there, because I think by the time they make it down to this area, it's already after dark. So they're staying ahead of us, so we're gonna try to fool them. Thunder time. We just took our rain gear off. Great.
We're getting pretty close to where we think we're headed at. They're a couple hundred yards away. We're gonna sit and wait.
We snuck up to where they were bedded when I put them to bed this morning, and sure enough, heard a couple bugles. We went around to intercept and play the wind on them.
Right.
I saw the bull on this next little hump, about 125 yards from us, 150 yards.
We paralleled for a while.
We paralleled and we tried to cut him off, but we must have bumped one of his cows that I never saw, and they ran off. I don't think they smelled us. So
No, the wind was going the other way, so
we just got a little bit eager, got ahead of them.
Came close.
We're gonna try it again in the morning. He's been pretty regular.
Yeah. Tried to chase it down, but they were back up in bed before we could do anything. The bulls are here. There's a couple dandy bulls, not the little ones that we've been seeing, but we saw a couple big ones. But right now we're gonna back out and then come back in here 4:30 and just try to set up and wait for them to get out of their beds and start making their move. The last few days we've had 2 days we've had rain and thunderstorms, but not enough to make a dent in that pond. Raining a lot. Got to have to get rain gear on. We have plans. Sam, we'll put these things to bed. We were planning to be back at 4 o'clock, but we got rained out.
Another thunderstorm.
Yeah, thunderstorm. So we're gonna try to set up and catch them again coming down. So
Second to last day.
almost worked yesterday. Yeah, second to the last day. So here we go. Let's do it. This is after John and I could not find an elk before dark. We're back at camp eating dinner.
It's almost like these elk are super pressured, but they're not. There's limited tags in this unit.
Right. I don't know, I think there's a number, like we've had thunderstorms the last 3 evenings or days, middle of the day.
Well, it's like a heat wave first.
Yeah.
A heat wave that lasts for 2 weeks. And then the full moon hits.
Mm-hmm.
We finally get some cooler weather, but we have full moon.
And then thunderstorms.
And then thunderstorms.
I often think of like people sitting over wallows, but there's no real wallows in the public land. We found one.
Yeah,
And we videoed one bull going to it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the last day.
Pray for some bugles tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I'll pray that, God will have his hand and let us get some meat, Get you a bull down.
And some big horns.
And some big horns.
Because that's the thing. I mean, we're trophy hunting in this tag.
Right.
I mean, this isn't just a shoot any bull that runs up.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pretty good unit, so I've been holding out for a 360 plus animal, and we've seen maybe 5 that would go with that.
Right.
This last bull that we've been on for the last week is a legitimate 360 bull.
Until tomorrow, we'll go to bed, get up and do it all again. morning, last day of the last morning.
Yeah, it's hard to get woke up after 23 days of grinding. I think we'll do the same thing we did yesterday. Get up on that ridge.
Yeah.
There's a ridge we've been hunting in between two bedding areas. And these elk have been moving so early in the morning and getting back to their bedding areas. It's very frustrating. So we're kind of resorting to getting tucked in right above or right below where they're going to bed and trying to intercept them. Get his front foot on here, and then he stood on it with his hind foot, so it makes it look wider than it really is.
Still a big bull.
Yeah, still huge. We were bamboozled today by the elk, so we're gonna try to do something a little different that we haven't done yet. Go running through the bedding areas with our shirts off and screaming. Something different. Pretty dirty.
Everything is after this hunt.
Everything's dirty. Including me.
Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is this is a recap of the hunt.
Yeah, final day. We didn't get anything. We gave it hell all day long. From before daylight, we hunted all day long. We went up above their bedding areas that we'd been leaving them alone.
Right.
But today we went ahead and went all the way up, and we're pretty surprised how far these elk were going up the hill.
Long ways.
Yeah, about as far as they could go. I don't know if they needed that for security cover or if it was cooler up there or
Right.
better wind, but they did. But we never even heard a bugle up there. So we came down at dark. We went back to an area where a herd had been coming in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
So we finished out the hunt, waiting on them to see if they would show up. And sure enough, right at about an hour before dark, we heard a bugle down there. Thunderstorm rolled in. It was looking kind of iffy whether they were going to come out. But the thunderstorm went by. They bugled again. And I thought, I'm going to get a shot. They're going to come out.
Right.
Because we're at the edge of the junipers and the sagebrush. And that bull waited until absolute dark before he made a move. So we never got a look at him. But he was close. I mean, he's probably 100 yards in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, that's hunting. We had a great time. Saw some big bulls. I mean, the biggest I think was right at 400. Got a pretty good video of him. So pretty excited to put that on the video. You know, it was a great hunt.
Yeah.
Really can't complain. We saw several bulls that I would have loved to have shot, but you know, when you're trophy hunting, you have to pass up the young ones and the small ones to hold out for a big one. So I have no regrets.
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
What do you think, Chris?
it was interesting. It was a lot different than I expected to be here.
Well, we've talked to a lot of hunters that have hunted this unit before, and it sounds like we really missed a lot of the rut activity that
Right.
they normally have. The unseasonably warm weather, the heat wave that we had 3/4 of the hunt, I mean, where it was getting up in the upper 90s, and then we had a couple days over 100.
Yeah.
So that, and then the full moon seemed like it kind of squashed the rutting activity during the daytime. We only had one day where we really had some bugling activity, where it was really good.
Yep. Yep.
So,
It was good though. It was fun. I mean, we worked hard, did a lot of stuff. You did. I mean, you worked many days,
walked a lot of miles.
a lot of miles, and
I don't feel like we did anything wrong. I mean, we hunted several different areas.
yeah,
We didn't commit to just one area and then regret it later on.
right. No, it was great. So that's the hunt in Nevada. It was good.
Yeah, man,
A lot of fun.
I would love to come back. I've got a seven-year waiting period before I can apply again. But I definitely will be applying again when I can.
Yeah. We got base camp put away, so it's get up at 5 a.m. or so this morning and start putting this all this stuff away.
What time we get in last night?
I think we got here 12:30 a.m. and we're back up. It's the day after season. You know, we got some work to do. Well, that's a wrap. I think we got it all packed up. Unreal, unbelievable. Don't have any horns, but you know, we have memories, some good times. But we got all the tent, everything. The last thing we have to do is put our sheds away. You know, we have a little shed collection, not much, but you know, it's good. And then this is where the tent resided. John's over there making sure we leave it how we found it, or how they found it. So, picking up arrowheads.
No, you gotta put them back.
You gotta put it down. So, but yeah.
That's all, folks.
That's it. We're on the road.